Jamar?
I'm not asking him, I'm asking the board.
I am helping the organization as a courtesy to help keep it afloat. I am not seeking any financial compensation during this consultation. I am a lifelong resident of Germantown. I grew up here, I went to school here before the school was closed. The organization needs help, and I am trying to provide that help to the best of my ability.
But you were here less than 6 months.
Allison, you do not own a property, you do not own a business. We answer your questions as a courtesy, and that's that.
I thought it was a public meeting.
It is a public meeting. If you're not going to allow me to complete my sentence, then I don't have to bother answering you at all. You run people away.
That's not nice.
No.
Yeah, and I would rather you go ahead and answer that. So let's leave that alone. I'd rather you.
So I will come back
have
to
a
you, Ms.
legal point of
Haskins.
order.
I just want to make sure.
Just a
people have
legal
other
point of order,
questions.
not a question.
Yes, go ahead.
You mentioned that Jamar is a volunteer consultant, and that because he's not getting salary, I guess people are feeling that there's no reason for accountability. And yet there is reason for you to be very, very careful whenever you have a consultant, whether volunteer or not, because that consultant influences the board, and that consultant has a lot of power in the work that you're doing. And so I think it's important for the community to understand the process by which you hire or you appoint anyone. And I think that was the point of the question. But I wanted to make the point that just because someone is volunteer does not mean that they're not exercising power.
I understand.
Thank you.
We explained in the last board meeting that Jamar was going to be working through to the authorization. We also will have an admin person that will be available at least 3 days a week helping the organization, which is everything we indicated in the last meeting.
And how will that person be hired? I think what people are saying to you, Peter, is you've had 4 directors, 3 of them, no one knew how they were hired. And so now people are very tense about the process. And you keep talking about the process, so it's important to share that.
Can I just make a point just
Yeah.
to get beyond this? You know, we've had 4 directors. How many directors has the Mount Airy Bid had? Do you know?
3 Mount Airy Bid. Well, we've been around 10 years. I've been
In that
with
10 years,
2.
how many?
2.
4.
I can name them.
At least 4.
Okay.
How
Well,
about
you were around 5 years.
How about Chestnut Hill?
But Cindy, I'm not talking about how many.
I understand that.
I'm
but
talking about how.
I understand that, but I just want to really put it into some context.
Yeah, but that's 10 years, 4 people who were hired in an open process. I was there.
And there's been change, there's been
And
visible
what I'm
improvement.
asking you to be clear about
You
is
are South
having an
Africa.
open process. Excuse me. My point is not who you hire, it's how you hire. And I've heard a lot of complaints about how the hiring has happened. And so I'm just making certain people know from a legal standpoint, the person in this position has power. And whether you have 10 directors, if they're hired openly, no one can complain.
Right. It's our fault.
I'm sorry.
It's never advertised.
Yeah, Jamar was the interim director, so he wasn't the director. And I do want to say I've worked in nonprofits for over 25 years, and directors come and go. That's no excuse. Most of the organizations in Germantown have had different directors.
I'm not talking about
I
that.
understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I really do understand.
Let's stay relevant.
But I want to stay relevant too, but you know, I've sat in these meetings many, many times. I've been a part of many organizations in Germantown. I'm looking at the faces that look like mine around the table, and I'm trying to understand why every time there are faces that look like mine around the table, that there's a venom there's always an extra piece that
Yeah.
comes with it.
Venom?
I've never experienced, I mean, we're answering your question, every time it's the same question over and over again.
Peter, David
Ma'am,
Rose was
just
hired
hold on
without
one second.
any open process.
Just hold on, I just want to be clear, because this is something that we don't
But
talk
it's got
about
nothing to do with
often.
race, and I really
I
hate
never
race.
said the word. I
You
never
said looks like, you said looks like
I want to
you. That's race
know
bait.
why.
This looks like a very diverse crowd right here.
Yeah, I'm not-
Very
I'm not-
diverse.
that's
crowd.
race
Looks like
Say that we are
it looks
venom?
like
It looks like it. Don't mean
Venom?
it is. Looks like it, but don't mean it is.
Yeah, but nobody's talking about
Blacks
race.
are more racist.
I actually am, because I'm
did.
trying to understand this.
Oh, when it looked like you, was that race?
I think we're off topic here. Look, this is the bottom line. Are y'all, do people want to get down with this or not? Do you want to help with this or not?
Yes.
Do we want to make it successful or not?
Yes.
That's the bottom line. That's all that matters. And so if we want to help, if we want to be involved, then these are meetings that we're going to be having. We meet once a month. The schedule has been published. We can get you the information on the schedule again if people want it. We need folks to come. As I said in my opening remarks, I'm glad that there was this outpouring of interest in the Special Services District because no one was coming before. It's a good thing that folks are coming. So no one is complaining about folks coming or asking questions, but I do think that we have to take into account the way questions are phrased and asked and things are suggested to give the appearance that something inappropriate is happening with the board. If you're uncomfortable with what the board is doing, then show up at the meetings. Be here. That's all you gotta do. And I'm glad you're here. So you can see for
Cindy,
yourself.
if we ask a question, can we please get an answer to the
I'm
question?
sorry, what was your
I
comment?
said, and show up with some solutions and resolutions.
There it is.
And that's what we need to be concerned about. And we're asking, and I'm gonna add to that, for a board that is going to take public opinion and try to
Yes.
impact, or resolve some of